our second music guest this morning is South African pianist, singer and composer Bokani Dyer. The established multi-award winning artist who's growing a global reputation speaks for itself, has recently shared his new single. It's titled Tiya Mowa. Well, now this is a beautiful second single taken from his forthcoming album, Radio Sechaba, on Brownswood Recordings. Well, to share more on this track and also give us a taste of this soon-to-be-released full-body project, Bokani Dyer is in studio. I mean, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
You can tell I'm excited about this project. Talk to us about the birth of it and where it all started for you, because I know there's a story there.
Yeah, there is quite a long story. It's something that I've been thinking about for some time, probably 4 years in the making.
Yeah.
I started the process of conceptualizing the album before we went into the whole COVID global lockdown. And it's basically looking at our time right now in South Africa and looking to speak to some of the issues that we're faced with. Sechaba means nation in Setswana. So it's at the heart of it, it's thinking about South Africa and it's thinking about nation building.
And then when did you finally say, okay, this is the right time to release it? I'm ready with it. I'm ready for people to hear what I've been hearing.
Well, I think, if you work on something for a long time, you kind of, the process develops in itself. So I feel that now is kind of the right time after recording quite a lot of songs. Some songs didn't even make the album.
Yeah.
But what we have now as the final product that will be released in May is kind of, I think, telling the story that I want to tell.
Yeah. And when you say we, who are you referring to? Who did you work with on this project?
Ooh, there's so many people.
Of course.
I worked with some really amazing musicians. Shane Cooper was on there. Keenan Ahrens was on there. I featured rapper Damani Nkosi from Los Angeles. Featured Yonela Mnana, who's also a keyboard player and singer, but really amazing. And yeah, a whole host of amazing musicians and artists.
Yeah, and talk to us about the process. I mean, you've got so much at your disposal. You grew up around music. Music is your thing. And when you want to put your own project out there, how difficult was it to decide, or how easy was it to decide on who you're going to work with and whose creative juices you are going to use for your own project?
Well, I guess that's, great thing is that I took my time with it. So I tried lots of different things, and even some songs I'd recorded, but then I re-recorded because I was looking for a particular sound. Or I actually discovered the sound while I was busy with the process.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is the way that I want the live music experience to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what informed my process. But yeah, it's really great that I have a studio that I run with my dad. So at least there's a place where I could really take my time, because sometimes that's a challenge for a lot of people, is that you have the time that you're allocated, and time is money. You need to come in and do the thing, and it's kind of that pressure that doesn't really complement the artistic process.
I want to talk about the significance of the title of this new single. Tell us a little bit about that. What's the inspiration behind that name?
So Tiya Mowa means be strong spirit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a prayer, but not necessarily a religious prayer. I guess it's at the heart of it, it's speaking about believing that a better day is coming when you're going through difficult times. So it's just saying be strong spirit, and then believe that a better day is coming.
Yeah. And what is the theme that you explore throughout the album? Apart from Tiya Mowa, there are other tracks on there, but is there a common thread of a message that you're trying to get across? Yeah,
there are a few different themes in it, and I guess Tiya Mowa is more personal kind of thing. So it's about building people, it's about building society. There's a song on there called Mogaetsu, which is dedicated to our leaders who choose to enrich themselves instead of serving the people.
Do they even deserve to be called Mogaetsu?
No, but that's the interesting part about it, because it's like a betrayal, because you're saying, Mogaetsu, what's happening?
Yeah.
So this is why it makes it more of a betrayal, because you're calling him somebody who is from home. Why are you doing this to us?
And how much of your dad's input is important to you when, you work with him, he was there in the studio with you, how much of what he says, do you take with him and you say, okay, I wonder what he's going to think of that.
Well, my dad is he's an amazing musician.
Yeah.
He's been a big mentor to me. So yes, I mean, it's great to have him and his input. But I don't have to listen to it all the time, which is also great. That we're at the stage that we can, have debates about things like that. So, but it's great to have like a sounding board, somebody who can listen and who's got so much experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it teach you, working on this particular project? Because I imagine every project comes with its own lessons and its own challenges. What did this particular one teach you about your love for music?
I think it is where I'm at right now, musically. And so I feel that it has basically cemented this idea that, it's best to be true to yourself in the art that you create. So I think that's the main takeaway that I have for this project, yeah.
And is that the reason you decided that Setswana was going to be the main language in this project?
Well, it's actually more English, but there is quite a lot of Setswana in there. I was born in Botswana, grew up between Botswana and Johannesburg, and yeah, I just, think sometimes some things just work much better to sing in Setswana. Just, every language I think has its own rhythm and things like this, and somehow the Setswana just, has that thing that English doesn't provide for me. So, so it was great that I had that at my disposal to use, yeah.
So the full album is ready for release? You said May, isn't it?
May the 12th it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're ready for that?
We'll see. I don't know. I'm feeling good about it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you promoting it from here on, going forward?
We're releasing the singles. There's one more single coming out in a few weeks. That's called Move On. That will be 3 singles. And then the full album comes out in May, on May the 12th. So we're just doing interviews, doing performances, getting people, giving people a taste of what to expect on the album. Yeah.
All right, Bokani, congratulations on your new project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bokani Dyer is our second music guest this morning. And of course, he's a South African pianist, singer, and composer. And he's been talking to us about his latest single, Tiya Mowa, which is will be on that full album that comes out on May 12th.